Why do so many Europeans secretly envy the United States, even when they publicly criticize it? The truth is more complicated than people like to admit. On the surface, Europe seems more refined, more historic, more stable. But under that polished exterior lies a quiet admiration for what America has managed to build in just a few centuries. And no one wants to talk about it. They roll their eyes at fast food culture. They joke about American accents. They call the country loud and wild. But when you look closely at their dreams, their careers, their favorite movies, their secret searches, and even where they'd move if they could, the answer keeps pointing in the same direction. The United States. It starts with freedom. That word gets tossed around so much it feels like a cliche. But in America, it isn't just an idea. It's a way of life. The freedom to speak your mind, build your own path, chase something crazy, and call it a dream. There's a reason why so many of the world's most ambitious people end up in the US. In Europe, things move slowly. Traditions dominate. Society expects you to follow certain steps. Go to the right school, get the right job, stay in your lane. But in America, if you want to change your life at 40, become a singer, launch a business, or live in a van while making YouTube videos, no one blinks. In fact, people cheer you on. That kind of cultural encouragement is rare in many parts of Europe. Now let's talk about money. In Europe, talking about money is almost taboo. In America, it's a conversation. It's a goal. It's not seen as greedy to want more. It's seen as a challenge, a climb, a game. And here's the part that stings for some Europeans. In the US, you can come from nothing and still make it. That's not a myth. It's not always fair. It's not always equal. But it's possible. And that possibility alone gives people hope. In many parts of Europe, social mobility is slow. Your future is often shaped by where you were born and who your parents are. In America, it's shaped by what you do next. Then there's the culture. American culture is everywhere. Whether Europeans like it or not, they consume it constantly. The most watched movies, the biggest music stars, the fashion trends, even the tech they use daily. Most of it comes from the United States. Look at what young Europeans wear, what they listen to, what they dream of doing. One way or another, it's been touched by American culture. Even those who criticize America still tune in to its media. They want to see what's next, what's trending, what's happening in the country that never sleeps. Let's not ignore the innovation. America is where impossible ideas become real. The iPhone came from America. Netflix came from America. SpaceX, Tesla, Google, Airbnb, all from America. It's the place where someone can say, "What if?" and actually try it. Whether it's tech, entertainment, medicine, or even fitness trends, the US sets the tone. Europe often follows. It's not that Europe lacks talent or intelligence. It's that American society rewards risk and embraces failure. That mindset creates a breeding ground for breakthroughs. And then there's lifestyle. Say what you want about portion sizes or suburbia, but American homes are often bigger, the roads wider, the options endless. A middle-class American often has access to things that are considered luxuries in parts of Europe, like massive supermarkets open 24/7, big fridges, fast delivery services, and wide open spaces. That sense of abundance sticks with people, even long after they leave America. And it makes them question the compact, crowded life they return to. We should also talk about ambition. American ambition is loud. It's unapologetic. It's contagious. In Europe, modesty is valued. You're not supposed to brag. Even if you're doing well, you keep it quiet. But in the US, success is something to be celebrated, shared, encouraged. If you say you want to be the best at something, people don't laugh. They ask how they can help. That energy inspires people. That boldness rubs off, even on those who pretend not to like it. And then there's diversity. America is far from perfect, but its diversity is real and visible. People of all colors, religions, and backgrounds can rise up and be seen. That kind of representation means something, especially for people in more homogeneous parts of Europe, where fitting in often means hiding who you are. In America, difference is part of the brand. You don't have to erase yourself to belong. In fact, standing out is often how you get noticed. Even in politics, as messy as it looks, people around the world watch American elections like it's a global event. That's because, in many ways, it is. The decisions made in the US ripple across the planet. People envy the influence that Americans have, not just on their own country, but on the world. And while Europeans may criticize that power, deep down, there's an awareness that the US still holds the steering wheel in global affairs. Healthcare might be one area where Europeans feel superior, and in many ways, they are. European systems are often more affordable, more accessible. But even there, the conversation is changing. In America, new treatments come faster, medical technology is cutting edge, and private innovation pushes the boundaries. While the system has major flaws, its speed and innovation are unmatched. Some Europeans quietly wonder what it would be like to have access to those experimental treatments or cutting-edge machines without the long wait. Let's not forget entertainment. This is a big one. The best shows, the biggest sports leagues, the most streamed artists, it's all American. Even when Europeans roll their eyes at American humor or complain about sequels and reboots, their watch history tells a different story. People still line up for Marvel movies. They still quote American sitcoms. They still tune into the Super Bowl and dream of visiting Hollywood. No other country dominates the global entertainment landscape like the US does. Now consider travel. America is so big, it feels like several countries in one. You've got deserts, mountains, cities, forests, beaches, snow, and sun, all without needing a passport. The range of experiences in one nation is staggering. For Europeans used to hopping borders for variety, America offers that same variety within its own borders. That blows people's minds. And when they visit, they often find themselves amazed at how different each state feels, how every region has its own personality. Even when it comes to customer service and optimism, Americans have something many Europeans secretly admire. There's a can-do attitude that flows through everyday life. Whether it's a waiter, a cashier, or a store clerk, the default mode is cheerful, helpful, upbeat. That energy lifts people up. It might feel artificial at first, but over time, it becomes refreshing. In some parts of Europe, service comes with a side of coldness, or even arrogance. That difference is hard to ignore once you've experienced both. Another thing that creates quiet envy is opportunity. You hear this word a lot when people talk about America. But what does it mean? It means that ideas are taken seriously, that there are paths to grow, that people don't judge you just because your dream sounds crazy. It means you can start a business from your garage, write a book with no publisher, make music with no label, post a video with no network, and still go viral. It means that you have a shot, even if no one knows your name. That promise pulls people in, whether they admit it or not. Even education, despite the cost, is a magnet. Some of the best universities in the world are in the US. The research, the facilities, the campus culture, all of it is admired. And yes, many complain about the price tag, but they still dream of studying there. The idea of being in a place where minds are sharpened and possibilities expanded holds deep appeal. And let's not ignore the spirit. The American spirit is a real thing. It's not just in slogans or flags. It's in how people get up after a fall, how they fight for ideas, how they believe tomorrow can be better. That belief is powerful. And in a world that often feels tired and cynical, the American belief in better days stands out. That's something people want to feel, even if they won't say it out loud. Now, this doesn't mean America is perfect. It has deep problems and contradictions. But so does every country. The point is not that the US is flawless, but that it still holds something magnetic. It still offers a version of life that feels open, raw, alive. That's what makes it easy to criticize, and hard to ignore. That's why people envy it, even as they mock it. That's why some Europeans dream American dreams in private, while pretending to be unimpressed in public. So, next time you hear someone from Europe tearing down the US, ask yourself what's really going on. Is it genuine critique, or is it quiet longing dressed up as judgment? Because beneath all the sarcasm and superiority, there's often a whisper. That place has something we want. That whisper is the sound of secret envy, and that envy speaks louder than anyone cares to admit.